You know that agonizing literal pit in your stomach feeling? When you're just staring at your phone, desperately waiting for a text from that one person who runs incredibly hot 1 minute and then totally ice cold the next. It's so exhausting, right? But for some reason, you just can't stop. Well, in this explainer, we're going to expose exactly why your brain does this, and more importantly, how to finally break the cycle. So, it's pretty much the core mystery of modern dating. Like, why do we obsess over people who ignore us? Why on earth do we chase emotional unavailability when it so clearly makes us miserable? If you've ever been here, I just want to validate your anxiety right now. This dynamic, it makes you feel crazy, but I promise you, you are not crazy. Okay, let's dive right in with a little tough love. What you're feeling, it is not love. It's a brain glitch. Seriously, you aren't weak and you're not hopelessly broken. You're just falling victim to a few very specific, highly powerful psychological traps that are actively hijacking your mind. Trap number 1 is what's called the scarcity heuristic. Basically, evolution hardwired our brains to believe that if something is rare, it absolutely must be highly valuable. Just think about diamonds versus rocks, right? So when someone restricts their attention, your brain immediately panics and screams, "Oh my gosh, this is a precious resource, I have to have it." And you can see how this creates a massive problem. We wrongly interpret a completely reliable, emotionally available person, someone giving you safe, constant attention, as boring. But the person who rarely texts, the one who just disappears, suddenly they feel like this mysterious prize you just have to win. You're literally confusing scarcity with value. But here is where it gets truly wild. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement. You reach out, you get nothing. You reach out again, nothing. Then suddenly, jackpot, they reply. This dynamic turns your brain into a literal slot machine. You end up surviving on these unpredictable crumbs, which creates a chemical addiction in your mind that's exactly like gambling. But wait, because it actually goes even deeper. Enter the Zeitgarnik effect. This right here is the exact psychological reason why getting ghosted or being stuck in one of those vague situationships hurts so incredibly deeply. You see, your brain has this really powerful ingrained tendency to remember unfinished tasks way, way better than completed ones. To put that into perspective, back in the 1920s, a researcher found that restaurant waiters perfectly remembered unpaid bills, but the exact second that bill was paid, poof, the memory totally vanished. So when you have an unresolved breakup or a ghosting situation, your brain treats it exactly like an unpaid bill. It becomes this haunting open loop. It is exactly like having way too many open browser tabs. Every single unresolved relationship or unreturned text is an open tab, just constantly draining your emotional battery in the background. Your brain is desperately trying to finish the task so it can get closure, and that is why you literally cannot stop thinking about them. Okay, so how do we actually fix this? Well, first, you have to recognize real love versus fake intensity. Mature love is quiet, it's consistent, and it's safe. But if you have an insecure attachment style, that quietness feels like boredom. Honestly, it feels like death. So you end up tricking yourself into thinking you need all that drama just to feel alive. And here is the blunt truth we all need to hear. You're craving intensity, not intimacy. You're confusing the dysfunctional, dramatic roller coasters of Hollywood movie romances with an actual, healthy connection. Real intimacy does not leave you feeling empty, panicked, and constantly guessing where you stand. So let's get highly actionable for a second. Next time, I want you to use the gas pedal rule. When you meet someone new, just start at 5 miles per hour. Share a little bit and see if they match your speed. If they accelerate with you, that's great. But if they take their foot off the gas and hit the brake, you brake too. You have got to pace yourself. Which brings us to the magic number, 70%. Look, when you feel anxious, your natural instinct is to just slam that gas pedal straight to the floor. You want to overshare, overinvest, and constantly text them. I need you to cut 70% of that urge. Just pull back. You have to leave actual space for the other person to step up and show you who they really are. Next up, we have got to stop the hypervigilance. Seriously, stop obsessively decoding every single text message. Stop agonizing over what it meant when they took 4 whole hours to reply. Take all of that intense, exhausting, investigative energy and flip it. Redirect it right back into your own life and your own goals. Because at the end of the day, it all ultimately comes down to this golden rule. Trust actions, ignore words. If someone's actions are showing you they don't want to be close, or if they constantly cancel plans but swear they care, believe the action. Stop arguing with the truth they're showing you, and please stop buying their excuses. So here is your official escape plan. First, create your own closure. Stop waiting for them to pay that emotional restaurant bill. Second, match their effort using the gas pedal rule. And third, learn to say no. Saying no to breadcrumbs and manipulation is absolutely the most loving thing you could ever do for yourself. So I'm gonna leave you with this one provocative question. Are you actually ready to close the tab on them? It is time to stop chasing the unavailable, reclaim your mental energy, and finally choose yourself. Thanks for watching this explainer, and I seriously challenge you to start closing those tabs today.